my gorgeous Sagittarians. So guys, I thought you deserved a bonus. I thought you did. So this could be for my Saggy girls, who knows? But Sag, the energy that came through was very interesting. What I felt was a growing sense of, I can trust this person. It may be that you two are very similar. It may be that you two have connected after both getting divorced. It could be both of you were career people in your life and neither of you married. There's a sense that these two just feel comfortable with each other. I've got to be honest, Sag, I didn't get fireworks. I didn't get passion. I got a slow building sense of I can be myself with this person. I don't have to try to be somebody I'm not. This person see me on really bad days. This person see me all done up. Male or female, Sag, I feel you two are gradually moving towards each other, almost because you feel safe together. And I think you're building on that. So this may be a rather alternative love story. This could be based on mutual respect, a sense of familiarity, maybe romance, yes. But I don't think, guys, this initially started off as electric chemistry, right? Oh my gosh, we're going to get married. No. I feel these two might also have danced around each other a little bit in the past, unsure of whether or not they wanted this. It could be in the past one person was available, the other one wasn't. Whatever this is, Sag, we're going to be delving in. It could be a really unusual reading, but I'm definitely connecting with two people who are older, who are simply wanting to build a life together with no expectations. That's what I'm getting. So, Sag, here we go. Let's jump in. Let's see what comes through. Archangel Michael, what do we have for my lovely Sagittarians, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Masculine or feminine? What do we have for Saggy, please? August 2026. I'm definitely hearing mutual respect. These two may even have started off as acquaintances, grew into a friendship, a little bit of romance. I'm looking for something very different now. I'm looking for something very different now. Almost, Sag, a very deep friendship with a little bit of attraction. That's what I'm getting, guys. I feel both of you have lived a lot of life, had a lot of experiences. Maybe both of you have been hurt. You're being drawn towards each other, Sag, because there's a sense of we've been through the same things, or I know I can just trust this person. I know that they've got my back. A very, very mature love is what I'm getting from this. Okay, guys. King of Wands, female King of Wands, and the Devil. Yeah. I feel, Sag, with the energy of the King of Wands, you may have reached a point where you were sitting in burnout. I'm just looking at this. This almost looks like a sparkler. You know, one of those little sparklers that you light and it's really wonderful and fiery and then it just goes out. You might, Sag, have met someone at a bit of a low ebb, or you might have met someone unexpectedly whilst you were in the middle of something very difficult. I feel, Sag, you're also no longer interested in casual connections, temporary connections. You might have felt you met a lot of people sat in toxic energy, the spark was there, and then when it burnt out, that was that. Sag, you might have felt a bit fed up, a bit disappointed with the people that you met, guys. In the past, Sag, 10 of Wands, yeah. You went through quite a lot in the past, guys. A lot of burden, a lot of stress. I could be connecting with someone who couldn't stop working, right? You guys are so proactive. You can do the job of 10 people, but you may have almost reached burnout in the past. Something became too heavy, guys. After that time, the Three of Wands, you might have wanted change, Sag. You might have moved areas, dropped a burden, moved areas. In your thoughts now, the Six of Wands, yeah, I mean, whoever I'm connecting with, you are very successful, or you could now be retired after a successful career. I think what's on your mind, Sag, is I need to be totally myself with someone if this is going to last the long term. I do feel you want a long-term relationship, Sag, but I feel, and it may be because the world has changed, I feel you're almost looking for a long-term best friend that you find attractive. That's the energy. Rather than you thinking, okay, dreaming of walking down the aisle in a wedding dress or dreaming of sexy nights with my person. This is a much more mature love. This is, we've both been through it, or it may well be, Sag, that you're simply in the winter years of your life and you're thinking, I'm no longer looking for someone who is going to be overly passionate with me every night. I'm looking for somebody who is going to be there when I'm ill. I'm looking for somebody who is going to be there to support me when I'm having a bad day. I'm looking for my forever person, but someone who understands at this phase I'm hearing in this phase of our lives that what we're looking for now is a very different type of relationship. In the immediate future, Sag, yeah, Three of Swords. You've been heartbroken, guys. You have been heartbroken, okay? You might have felt as if life has been a bit tough. In your fears, yeah, the Lovers. Fearing, Sag, that all that's going to be available to you are third-party situations. You may be fearing, Sag, that gone are the days where you'd meet someone you could totally trust who was on the same page without there being complications. Them being married to somebody else or after something from you. Sag, you might have felt very disappointed over the last few years if you've been dating, and you're now switching your perspective. Whoever is in the environment, Sag, is, yes, sitting in justice, someone very strong, career orientated, somebody who may also have had to fight for justice. Very interesting. In your hopes, guys, yes, the King of Pentacles. Hoping to meet someone strong, stable, grounded, someone honest, somebody dependable, somebody independent is also what I'm getting, which is unusual because I think you are looking for a life partner. But maybe, Sag, you're looking for a life partner who is equally financially stable. So this will be a totally balanced connection. One person would not be with the other for financial stability. You two would be completely on the same page. That's what I'm getting. So there's no fear of being taken advantage of. And the outcome, Sag, is the Wheel of Destiny. Sag, the wheel is going to move you forward into this connection. I feel this is going to be slow burn. This may almost be you, Sag, developing a romance with someone you might have known for a long time, or you might have known in the past, or you may have simply seen as a friend. Clarification for you guys. Yeah, Two of Pentacles. You've been very busy in your career, guys. And you have been sat in a place of fear. I'm hearing about growing old alone. Okay. A little bit of fear. All right. That's natural. Whoever you are talking to here, Sag, they've also had to fight for justice in their life whilst you've been heartbroken. This could be a very private, intense conversation between you two. Their energy is the Knight of Pentacles. They've stopped looking for love. They have stopped stock still. This is an Empress. Yeah. Okay. So Sag, I think what we've got here are two individuals who are realizing that the trust is building between these two. They've both been through difficulties. They've both had to face hardship. Equally, they may have been very successful independently in their individual careers. I think these two are realizing that together they can create a very strong, safe team. It's what I'm getting. And I know, guys, it's not sexy. And I know, guys, it's not romantic or passionate. But this love will deepen because these two are going to realize it's very difficult in this life to find people you can truly trust, that you can really be yourself with. There's a lot of people out there with ulterior motives, or a lot of people out there who simply want short-term flings. I think these two are going to get closer and closer. And I think they're going to realize, I'm hearing in this crazy world, that they need to hang on to each other. And I think that's what's going to happen. So Sag, underneath the deck, we have, yes, the Ace of Swords. You've recognized the truth within yourself, Sag. You might have ended a cycle. You might have spent the last few years trying to date online or meet somebody new. I don't think that's been successful. You're ending a cycle, Sag, of trying because it hasn't worked out. And you've admitted that to yourself, okay? And so, Sag, you've been standing at crossroads, thinking, well, am I really destined to be by myself for the rest of my life? No, Sag, you're not. But it may surprise you who you find yourself moving towards, because this may not be the sort of person that you thought you'd be attracted to previously, or you weren't attracted to this type of person previously. If, for instance, Sag, you're an older masculine, you could be in your 50s, you might have wanted to date a slightly younger woman, for instance. You may now be pulled to date a woman who's actually older than you because there's no fear of someone wanting to be with you for the wrong reasons. Somebody looking for a sugar daddy, right? Somebody who may up and leave you for a younger guy. This is a sort of connection we're talking about. Now, this may even be a same-sex connection. I don't know, guys. But I'm definitely homing in on two people who have felt a little bit lost, a bit by themselves. And these two are going to be developing a deeper connection, or they could be meeting for the first time. I don't know. But there's not going to be that instant electric, wow, this person's very attractive, or oh my gosh, this person's so sexy. It's not going to be like that. It's going to be a slow burn connection when you two are simply going to find yourself gravitating towards each other without almost knowing why. I wonder what that person's doing. I'm going to give them a ring. I wonder if that person's around tomorrow for a cup of coffee. This could even be an acquaintance. This could be someone that lives in your area. Could be a neighbor, could be somebody that you see now and again. But this is going to develop, Sag. And again, I'm getting a sense that you two are just going to feel very comfortable with each other. All right, guys. So, Sag, let's jump in. I think you have got fed up of relationships burning out, meeting people who are toxic, okay? You might have thought, oh my goodness, am I ever going to meet someone genuine, right? Who really wants to get to know me, not trying to get me into bed in 2 seconds flat, not wants to be with me because they got nowhere to live. I mean, Sag, you might have got a bit fed up. Yeah. 2 of Swords. You might have got a bit fed up. Feeling as if the people that you met were either not that keen, or the people that you met were sat in strategic energy. And I think out of disappointment, you've just given up. Yeah, Page of Wands. Yeah. Yeah. You might have also got fed up, Sag, of having to look up people online. Are they being honest? Are they lying to me? It might be, Sag, the last person you dated, you had an argument with them because they weren't honest. 5 of Swords. You might have dealt with people ghosting you, right? Oh, Sag. You might have dealt with third-party situations. Yeah. I think, Sag, you disconnected a little emotionally. With the energy of the Hermit, this is you almost becoming a recluse, which is very unlike you, Sag. You may be the sort of person where you have 2 or 3 really close friends, but you don't tend to socialize with a wider network of people because you just don't feel comfortable. I think, Sag, you've kind of told yourself the truth here. Yeah, Page of Swords, you've told yourself the truth. And the truth is, you're no longer going to try internet dating or trying to meet people in clubs or societies or out having drinks. I don't think, Sag, you're sitting in a very disappointed, angry energy. I think you're just feeling a bit fed up. It's as if, okay, not going to bother anymore. So that is the energy you're sitting in. In the past, guys, 10 of Wands, you felt very burdened. Yeah, and you had to go through a tower moment. It was very difficult in the past. What was blown up? You were feeling burdened, guys. Okay, an overindulgent situation. Sag, an overindulgent situation crashed to the ground. But to be honest, this could have been someone who wanted what they wanted. They weren't thinking about you. You might have realised this person was trying to date 2 or 3 other people, or this person wasn't single, they were married. I think everything crashed to the ground, Sag. Everything crashed to the ground. It was very uncomfortable. High Priestess. You might have used your intuition, Sag, that that was going to happen, or you simply stopped talking to someone. You might have simply stopped talking to this person. After that time, Sag, you thought, okay, I'm going to turn my back on the past. I'm going to look to my future. You were ready to start a new cycle, Sag. But maybe you felt nervous because of what you went through in the past. Maybe whatever you went through dented your confidence. You might have lost a little bit of confidence in people, the goodness of people. And with the 9 of Swords, Sag, you might have had a few sleepless nights. Okay, is that it? Am I not going to meet anyone? Is that, you know, my lot? Am I going to end up being single as I move into the winter years of my life? Or you could already be in the winter years of your life. It was very disappointing, Sag. Very disappointing. 4 of Cups. You didn't quite know what to do. Do I just accept that that's it for me? Right? Queen of Swords. You might have found yourself moving into the Queen of Swords energy, Sag, as a feminine. As a masculine, you might have felt disappointed that you may have met women who were simply strategic with you. You know? So guys, what you're thinking about now is, I have enjoyed a successful career. You may still be in a successful career. Or what you're thinking about is, I've worn a false mask for a while, pretending everything is fine, life is good, I'm happy single, yeah, yada, 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 right? But I feel, Sag, that deep down you may really miss a companion. I'm hearing a companion. Okay, maybe that's what you're looking for now. Maybe that's what you're looking for now. Yes. You've done well in your career, Sag. You've manifested a successful career. And now with the Seven of Cups, you're thinking long term. You're thinking long term. Looking at options, Sag, whilst just sitting feeling a little bit nervous in your home, right? Oh, I feel comfortable here. I feel safe here. Because, Sag, you've had to heal from some disappointments in your life. You've had to heal from some disappointments, guys. Yeah. King of Swords. Male or female, Sag, if you're a masculine, you might have just continued to meet women who were, you know, wanting what they wanted. If you're a feminine, Saggy, with the energy of the King of Swords, you may have found yourself completely disconnected from your emotion for a period of time, concentrating on your career, maybe, or if you're already retired, this is you beginning to understand that you were sitting in a very logical place, almost because you'd sort of given up on love, or you've given up on meeting a lovely life partner. You've missed out on maybe finding the right companion. But Sag, this person's coming into your life, and I think it's going to change things. It's not going to be the relationship that you expected, but you're definitely going to open up to whoever this is. Now, you're coming through with a Three of Swords energy. You have been heartbroken, Saggy. Could have been heartbroken 3 times, I don't know. Whoever this person is, who you are communicating with, might have had to fight for justice somehow. They could have got divorced. They might have had to go through a very difficult legal situation. They've been through it too. And you two are talking here. You, Sag, I feel, with the Two of Pentacles, might have had issues financially. Or you may be fearing meeting someone who's going to juggle you with somebody else. Whoever this person is who's had to fight for justice has been stock still. They haven't found the right person to commit to. Could be an Empress, or Saggy, they could be thinking of you, Empress energy. It's as if they don't know now where to go. I don't quite know how to meet new people. I don't quite know how to move forward here. They may have also accepted their lot in believing, Sag, they will be on their own for the rest of their life. But that is not the case. You two are going to find solace with each other. You two are going to find that comfort within each other as you two develop this. So, Archangel Michael, when do we have the Three of Swords and Justice for my Sagittarians? Thank you, Michael. September, okay. 12th of September, 14th of September, 28th of September, October the 9th. I'm hearing, yes, I'd love to have lunch. Yes, I'd love to have lunch. Okay. Sag, this isn't someone who's going to put pressure on you. This isn't somebody who is going to be sending you 19 messages a day. This isn't somebody who's going to be firing questions at you. This isn't somebody with any kind of strategy at all. This is someone, Sag, who is simply fed up with trying to find the right person for them with no luck. I'm almost getting a sort of let's commiserate together because it's a tough world out there type of energy. But again, there's a sense that you're going to feel drawn to this person because you're going to be building trust between the two of you, and that is priceless. So let's have a look at the person sat in justice. They've had to fight for justice. They might have got divorced. They might have been taken for everything. They might find themselves in a bit of a tricky situation. They may have money coming in later, Sag, but this is someone who might have been taken to the cleaners by an ex-partner. This is someone who may feel, I can't believe my life has turned out this way. They may be feeling a bit down. The Chariot could be a Cancerian. We've got Taurian Libra energy, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. With the energy of the Chariot, they are beginning to pick themselves up and move forward again, but at a very slow pace. They're not rushing. They're not rushing. Yeah, because they've just closed out a cycle. They may also have newly moved to your area, or if Sag, this is someone that you knew as an acquaintance, you may be recognizing that they've gone through a bad breakup, or you may be understanding, Sag, that they might be just trying to realign themselves, trying to bring balance back to a situation that's been difficult. Yeah, Three of Pentacles. They're having to rebuild. Or maybe, Sag, they're looking at you and silently thinking, I wonder if I could rebuild with Sag. But again, I'm not getting a sort of, I need to be with someone type of energy. I'm almost getting a sort of, well, if it doesn't work out, we can be friends. So Sag and I can be friends. There's no pressure from this person at all, but they are quietly wondering whether or not you two could build a new life with each other if you felt that's what you wanted. Yeah, they're thinking about that, Sag. They may not have said anything, but it might have been in the back of their mind, you know? Four of Pentacles. Yeah, this is someone who doesn't trust. This is someone desperately hanging on to a house. Or this is someone, Sag, if they're masculine, who's very worried that they're going to meet someone who wants to get married, and if their marriage doesn't work, they're going to end up divorced and lose all their stability. This person's gun-shy, male or female, they're gun-shy. They're either thinking of you, Sag, sat in the energy of the Empress, or this could be a feminine. Let's have a look, guys, at your energy. You've been heartbroken, Sag. Okay, the Death card. You might have been heartbroken over a Scorpio, or with the energy of the Death card, you've had to go through some kind of major change, metamorphosis within you. You might have had to deal with some complications in your life, guys. Okay, you could have been the King of Pentacles. You may now not be the King of Pentacles. Again, you could have gone through financial loss. Or you might have ended a relationship a while ago with a King of Pentacles. Judgment. You had to make a very serious judgment call, guys. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. You might have detached from someone, or you might have had to make a very serious decision about something in your life which would enable you to release the past. The Six of Swords. You've moved yourself to calmer waters, Sag, but again, you may feel a bit up in the air. But where am I supposed to build now? Where am I supposed to put down roots? A little bit confused, feeling as if you've been through it. Yeah, feeling as if, you know, it hasn't been easy. This is someone who's had to let their scars heal. You may have had health issues, Sag, or you might have been caught up in a very complicated situation that you've just managed to extract yourself from. What is the energy between you two? Eight of Pentacles. I think both of you are going to want to work on this partnership. Interesting. I didn't want to say relationship or even romance. This may even be two people coming together, beginning as friends, or two acquaintances getting to know each other a little bit more, as the days progress. You may have a hobby in common. What you're fearing, Sag, is either being someone's lover, or what you're fearing, Sag, is if you move forward with someone, they might be still connected to somebody else, possibly the same sort of situation. There may have been issues with a Gemini in your life for some of you. What you're hoping, Sag, is to either retain your individual financial stability, which may mean not getting married in the future, not moving into a traditional living together situation. It may be, Sag, with a King of Pentacles. This is you as a masculine hoping to meet someone who is financially stable, because then you're not worried that somebody's going to be with you because they're looking for somebody to support them. I think you two are on an equal footing here. You've lost financial stability here, Sag, and so has this person. With the energy of the Wheel of Fortune in the outcome, Sag, you two together are going to move into a brand new cycle. Things are going to start shifting for you. You may find yourself thinking about this person quite a bit more. You may wonder why. Well, they're not my usual type. I wouldn't consider dating this type of person before, or I wouldn't have even have thought about it. Yeah, weird. Page of Pentacles. This friendship, Sag, is going to grow. This friendship, Sag, is going to grow. You two may take a trip together. It may even be just a day trip to begin with. This does almost feel like you two being friends, thinking, oh, this is such a lovely person. And it taking off from there. Yes, you two may spend time together. You may meet for coffee or tea. As you get to know this person, Sag, you're going to feel more and more comfortable opening up to them about your life. What are you going to recognize here? Yeah, Ten of Swords. This person's been betrayed. This person has gone through it. What are they going to learn about you, Saggy? Interesting. Wow, that you might have been betrayed. So both of you have had to cope with loss and betrayal. Okay. What else are you two going to talk about? The Fool. That you might have both been taken in by other people in the past, or you both might have made mistakes in the past because you jumped forward without thinking. You're also both going to realize that you're looking for a brand new cycle, both of you. You're looking to leave the past behind. You're looking to leave the past behind. And with the energy of the Four of Swords, you're both going to be realizing that you're individually quite stable. I don't think either of you was sat with millions in the bank, but, this person may have paid off a small mortgage. You've both got a certain amount of stability. You might have worked very hard for it individually. This Sag is going to take off. You're going to be surprised. It's going to take off, yes. I think you guys are going to love seeing this person, talking to this person. They could be very interesting. They might have done a lot of travel in their life. They could have wonderful stories to tell you. But I'm getting a very gentle energy between you both. Very gentle, no pressure. See you when I see you. If this person says, I'll ring you next week, they ring you that week, right? You're not sitting waiting by the phone, because it's not that type of connection. This is going to start very casually as friends, and it's going to build. And you two are simply going to realize that you really enjoy each other's company. This could be a wonderful life partner for you, Sag. You may even be in a situation where later on in life, you may just naturally start talking about living together. You may think, well, why don't we pool our resources and spend the rest of our lives together? It could be, if you're very nervous, Sag, you two might end up having a lovely sort of relaxed romance as people who live in the same area. You may never live together, you may never get married, but this could be your partner, even though you may live separately. If you're looking for a companion as opposed to a romance, then this could work very well for you. But I don't think, guys, you're going to let each other go. This is going to grow into a beautiful, deep bond, which again, Sag, I think is going to be very unexpected, but rather beautiful. Yeah, underneath the deck, we have the Ace of Pentacles. We have the Ace of Pentacles. This is going to be a beautiful situation, Sag. A lovely partnership that is simply going to grow organically, naturally. So, guys, a rather lovely bonus. Surprising. But, Sag, let's see what the universe has to say. Here we go, guys. This is the Enchanted Forest. So, Archangel Michael, what do we have for my lovely Sagittarians, please, who resonate with this reading? This is their bonus reading for August 2026. Sag, don't hide. Oh, bless you. Okay, guys. Dare to dream big. Remind yourself that everything is possible. Don't hide your talents and abilities. Use them to build your world. Use your talents and abilities to build your world. Sag, you may meet someone who has very similar interests. Very similar interests. And that may be what bonds you two. You could have a love of travel. You could have a love of gardening. You could have a love of wine tasting, going to art galleries. Whatever this is, Sag, there's going to be something that's going to bond you two together. Okay, don't hide your light, Saggy. This is going to be a beautiful partnership that's just going to unfold naturally. So, guys, I am leaving the reading there. I really hope it's helped. Do let me know. Drop me a comment down below. Take care of you guys. And, of course, I will be back before you know it with your next set of readings. See you soon, guys. Bye now.